Do you want to speak English more confidently in real-life situations? Imagine traveling to another country and knowing exactly what to say when you need help. Ask for directions. Order food. Find a hotel. Take a taxi. Or simply start a conversation with someone. In this lesson, you will practice essential English phrases that you can use every day. Listen carefully. Repeat each sentence aloud. And don't worry about making mistakes. The more you listen, the more you repeat. The more you repeat, the more naturally you will speak. Welcome to Gene English Flow. Let's improve your English together. Hello, and welcome to Gene English Flow, your place to practice English, listening, and speaking in a simple, practical, and effective way. Today's lesson is designed for anyone who wants to improve their everyday English conversation skills. We are going to practice useful expressions for greetings, asking questions, traveling, shopping, restaurants, transportation, emergencies, and many other situations you may encounter in real life. You will hear each expression clearly, and you can repeat it several times. For example, good morning, good afternoon, good evening, how are you? Can you help me? Where is the airport? I need a taxi. Can I have a table, please? These are simple sentences, but they are extremely useful. So, don't just listen passively. Listen, pause, and repeat. Try to speak out loud, even if you are alone. Your goal is not to speak perfectly from the beginning. Your goal is to become more comfortable speaking English little by little. If you are ready, take a deep breath, relax, and let's begin today's English speaking practice. This is Gene English Flow. Let's speak English. Good morning, Emily. Or should I say, good afternoon? I feel like we're starting a podcast about the very fabric of daily communication today.
Good morning, Paul. Or good afternoon, good evening, good night, depending on when our listeners are tuning in. It's funny, we say these things so automatically, right? They're almost like background noise until you actually stop and think about them.
Absolutely. It's like, goodbye. We just say it, often without much thought. But it's such a fundamental closing, isn't it? A polite way to end an interaction.
It really is. And often followed by thank you, another one that just rolls off the tongue but carries so much weight. Imagine a world without thank you. It would be less appreciative, to say the least.
A lot less appreciative. And then there's its cousin, excuse me. That one's a lifesaver, especially in crowded places. Trying to get past someone without it? Awkward city.
Oh, tell me about it. Or if you accidentally bump into someone, that excuse me diffuses the tension instantly. It's like a verbal olive branch. But let's talk about the bedrock of connection. How are you, or how are you feeling?
Ah, the quintessential opener. It's interesting how it can be a genuine inquiry or just a polite formality. You know, sometimes you just say it, and other times you really want to know how someone is feeling, especially if they look a bit off.
Right? And the responses vary. I feel good, or sometimes I do not feel well. It opens up a conversation, a chance for empathy. It reminds me of those times when you're traveling and you just want to connect.
Totally. You're in a new city, maybe you see a group of people enjoying themselves, and you think, can I join you? Or if you're feeling adventurous, would you like to join me? It takes guts sometimes, but those simple phrases can kickstart a whole new experience.
Definitely. Speaking of practicalities, what's one of the first things you ask when you're in a new place and need to plan your day? For me, it's always, what is the time? Or, can you tell me the time?
Oh, absolutely. And then someone replies, the time is... It's so simple, but crucial. You can't start your day without knowing that. Then once you've sorted the time, what's next? For me, it's usually, are you hungry? Or, have you eaten?
Classic Paul. For me too, though. Nothing worse than being hangry. And the response, I am hungry, or I haven't eaten yet, often leads to a meal together, right? It's a shared human experience.
It really is, and food usually goes hand in hand with drink. Are you thirsty? Do you want a drink? I mean, after a long walk, saying, I am thirsty, and then, can I have a drink, is just pure relief.
Those basic needs are so powerful. But what about when things go wrong? Like, really wrong. The phrase, I need help, or, can you help me, becomes the most important thing you can say.
Agreed. It's a phrase that cuts through everything. And on the flip side, asking, do you need help, or can I help you, is just fundamental human decency. It's what connects us when someone says, I need help.
Like when you're utterly, hopelessly lost. Are you lost? Is such a kind question to hear. I've been there, thinking I am lost and just needing someone to ask that.
And then the follow-up, do you need directions? What a relief that is. I need directions, or I need to go to the train station, the airport, whatever it is. It instantly makes you feel less alone.
Yes, I need to go to the hospital, or I need to go to the doctors, or I need to go to the dentist. Those are high-stakes situations where clear communication is paramount. Or, even more stressful, I have lost my passport, or I have lost my luggage.
Oh, the horror. Those are the moments when you just want to collapse. I need a new passport, or I need to find my luggage. It just screams desperation. Thank goodness for those simple, direct phrases.
Exactly. And once those crises are averted, what's next? I need to find a hotel, or I need a room. Or even more directly, can I have a room? It's about securing a basic comfort.
Or if you're lucky, maybe a friendly local says, would you like to stay with me? That's a whole different level of hospitality right there. But let's shift to more everyday practicalities. What do you always look for in a new place, besides food?
Internet, hands down. I need to use the internet. It's like Maslow's hierarchy of needs for the modern traveler. And money. Where is the bank? Or, I need to use a cash point so I can withdraw some money.
You got it. And if your phone dies, can I use your telephone becomes critical. And you might hear, what is your number? Or say, this is my phone number. Basic exchanges for essential survival.
Absolutely. Then there's the shopping. Where is the shop? A simple question leading to endless possibilities. Can I buy some bread, or I would like some milk? Daily sustenance. Right there.
Yes. And those are the phrases that turn into routines. I'm going to buy some food, I'm going to get a drink. Or when you need something specific, like I want to buy a mobile phone. You know, practical needs.
And in a foreign city, you might be desperate for, can I have a map? Or, if it's sunny, I need to buy some sun cream. These phrases just open up possibilities for self-sufficiency.
Oh, and the universal, where is the toilet? That one transcends languages, almost. But seriously, navigating public transport. Can you take me to the train station? Or where is the bus station? And then, can you take me to the bus station? And finally, I need a bus ticket.
Those are the building blocks of travel, truly. And once you're settled, you want to enjoy yourself. Can you take me to a restaurant? Is always a welcome question. Then, can I have a table, please?
Definitely. And the moment of truth, I would like to see the menu. And for some, the crucial, I am a vegetarian or I do not eat meat. Clear communication prevents culinary mishaps.
So true. And at the end, the ultimate questions. How much does it cost? And can I have the bill, please? These wrap up the whole experience.
Exactly. And then there are the less pleasant but equally vital phrases for emergencies. I need a taxi, or can you call me a taxi, please? For when you're in a pinch. Or even more serious, I need the police, or can you call the police?
Those are the ones you hope you never have to use, but knowing them is crucial. I need to report a crime. It's about safety and knowing how to ask for help when it truly matters.
Absolutely. And circling back to the more conversational ones, what is your name? What have you been doing? What are you doing? Do you want to? Are you busy? These are how we build relationships, how we learn about each other.
They really are. It's incredible how much ground those simple phrases cover, from basic greetings like good morning, good afternoon, good evening, good night, to expressions of gratitude like thank you, and politeness with excuse me.
They truly are the building blocks of daily life, connecting us from the moment we wake up to the moment we say goodbye. It's been a fascinating chat, Emily.
It really has, Paul. It makes you appreciate the power in simple words. So, to all our listeners, thank you for joining us today, and we hope you feel good and ready to use these phrases out in the world.
Excellent work! You have just practiced a large collection of useful English expressions for everyday life. Remember, learning English is not only about memorizing vocabulary or studying grammar. You need to listen, repeat, practice, and speak. Don't worry if you don't remember everything today. Come back to this lesson tomorrow and practice again. Try to repeat the sentences without looking at the screen. Then, challenge yourself to use some of these expressions in real conversations. For example, how are you? Can you help me? Where is the airport? I need a taxi. Can I have the bill, please? Simple sentences can make a big difference when you use them confidently. If this lesson helped you, don't forget to like the video, subscribe to Jean English Flow, and turn on notifications so you don't miss our next English lesson. And remember, listen every day. Repeat every day. Speak every day. Your English will improve step by step. Thank you for learning with Jean English Flow. Keep practicing, keep speaking, and most importantly, keep flowing in English. See you in the next lesson. Goodbye, and have a wonderful day.